USA. How is he going to take to the big occasion, I wonder?
Well, I think that's the big question, isn't it? Because he won't have been out on too many big show courts in his career, and you know, there's a certain level of expectation of trying to entertain the crowd out there, so he'll be a little bit nervous, you'd have to think, going into this particular arena. But just in answer to your first question, I think with Dimitrov, for me, it was just, there was so much to admire in his game last year. Yes, he's always been likened to a Roger Federer in terms of how he plays, but I thought that, you know, the defensive skills and his movement around the court were phenomenal during the course of the year. All that fitness training really came to fruition. I thought he used the slice backhand extremely effectively, particularly when he won that title in Cincinnati. It caused a lot of problems. So he was getting the mix right of the aggression, but also kind of throwing in lots of variety. You know, and he's also very aggressive. You know, we're seeing him coming forward, finishing the points off at the net a lot more. And I think he said himself he felt his decision-making at some key moments in matches had got a lot better.
That was always the question mark with him,
yeah,
wasn't
and
it?
I think it got a lot better. And I think winning that O2 event, you know, the World Tour Championships, that has got to have taken his whole belief system into a totally different level. So definitely in contention for the title here, I would say.
Well, Mackenzie McDonald will have try and have his say on that one and make Grigor work very hard for a third-round spot today. But
okay, Grigor.
Well, there he is, just looking for his way out. But he'll know his way around this court pretty well. And again, as we were saying about Kyle Edmund, it's the confidence now, knowing that you can. He's got that huge win behind him from the O2 miles. Will really bolster his performances.
I really do think so. I think you know, confidence is. You don't just get it. You earn it over time, and it can come slowly. And it's from winning matches. It's from knowing you've got the work in your legs. I mean, I don't think there's a better athlete on the tour than this guy here. And I think, you know, sometimes in some ways he's just simplified his game, as Matt was touching on. He's using the slice backhand, so he's trusting his athleticism, being aggressive when he needs to. He'll look to come out quickly, and I'm sure trying to intimidate Mackenzie McDonald, who has got no reason, you know, he's got nothing to lose. Come through qualities will really feel like he's earned his position. But Grigor Dimitrov, I think, you know, at this level, you're looking for the 0.5% here, 0.5% there, and the guys in the locker room will see him a little differently after those wins now.
Quite a good cheer for McDonald. He won't have heard too many of those in his time, but this man will be used to this. Plenty of adoring fans, and his style of tennis is just such a pleasure to watch too, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd just like to concur with Miles what he said. I mean, I was speaking to Carlos Moya, and he says Grigor is rapid on the court, one of the fastest guys, if not the fastest guy on tour, and that's a lot of respect from obviously the former world #1 as well as Rafa's coach at the moment. But if I'm looking at Grigor, there's always one area I look at to see if he's nervous or how he's feeling: the second serve on big points. That area is one area he still needs to improve when he's playing the very best players. And today's an interesting test because we haven't heard much about Mackenzie McDonald, but coming through qualies, he beat Ruben, one of the best American juniors who's turned pro a few years ago, won in love, and then Stefan Robert, the tricky Frenchman in the last round, as well as the Swede Yemer, who qualified as well to get to the second round match. So it's going to be intriguing how Grigor handles this situation, because the American has nothing to lose.
Yeah, interesting you mentioned the Grigor serve, because actually he hit a whole wealth of double faults, didn't he, in what was a very good tournament for him in Brisbane, I think it was, but the serve wasn't actually.
Yeah, it is always an area of his game that has had a little bit of a question mark over it, because as good as that serve has been, and it has made improvements, he gets more winning, you know, points off that first serve, I believe, but occasionally there are wobbles. And many years ago, was it about 3 seasons ago, he served games of double faults, didn't he? And you know, obviously trying to be more aggressive on that second serve, but there's always that little bit of a question mark over the serve, I think.
So guys, 5 minutes of warm-up, and then you have 60 seconds to start the match. 25 seconds in between the points. Do you have any questions? No? Valentina? And this is tails. Receive. Get out. ask you for a photo facing this way, please?
Okay, so Mackenzie McDonald won the toss. He's just received.
Well, a smart move, because obviously he's a little bit nervous here. It buys him a little bit more time after the warm-up. But, you know, getting back to that point about serves and second serve, yes, he's getting more cheap points on his first serve, but the second serve always defines a great server. Like, you know, you look at the greats of the game like Sampras, they would always come in 118-mile-an-hour second serve in the corner when it mattered, and that's what defines the real champions and real great servers. It's not always the first serve.
Which is going to be interesting to also watch how Djokovic comes about, because when he was, you know, reigning supreme, his second serve was as good as any, really, you know, really deep and accurate, kept his opponents off his back. So see how that develops with Novak Djokovic as well.
Indeed. Well, the man who beat Dimitrov in Brisbane, Nick Kyrgios, in action over on Eurosport 2. Remember, he's setting a break up against Viktor Troitsky right now. If you'd like to watch Kyrgios' progress, that's over on Eurosport 2. So here's Mackenzie McDonald then. He's come through qualifying, so he's played quite a few matches already. Qualifying was very disrupted, actually, because of the weather out in Melbourne. It wasn't good at all, but he's done well to come through, and here he is fighting for a place in round 3.
Well, exactly that. And it just shows you the college system in America can work, because in 2016 he won the NCAA titles, not only in singles, but in doubles as well. So, you know, he's taken that route into the pro game, and, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do against Grigor, because this is going to be his biggest test, you know, as a professional player now.
Indeed. OK, thank you very much to Annabelle, Greg and Miles here in the studio. We heard a bit from Matt a little bit earlier on. He's made his way up to the commentary box and is alongside Chris Bradnam. Chris, a big hello to you.
Hi, Rob. Yes, hello, everybody there. Back in Blighty, day 3. It's the third evening of this magnificent Australian Open 2018, the Happy Slam. And what a happy night it is for the wildcarded Mackenzie McDonald, the number 18 in America, NCAA singles and doubles champion in his time before he decided to have a go professionally. It's the biggest night of his career, obviously. It's a first meeting between the two. He's looking for his first ever... Well, it's the first ever time he's won a match on tour, winning a first round here, having qualified through into the main draw. So that's the sort of scale of the undertaking, if you like, taking on the world number 3, Grigor Dimitrov, who, of course, fresh in the memory for him, I'm sure, that 4-hour 56 marathon against Nadal last year in the semi-finals. What a match that was. It was his second Grand Slam semi-final after the Wimbledon one, of course, in 2014, Matt. But I'm not sure. Is he a contender, Dimitrov, or is he a pretender? When you look at the way Nadal has played today, even though he's been away, you know, the knees again, you've got Djokovic, the way he looked the other day, you've got Wawrinka here, I know he's not fit, Federer and so on. Surely it's going to be one of them, isn't it? It can't be Dimitrov.
No, well, I mean, I think he, but I love that, contender or pretender. I mean, he's done proving people, I think, with winning in the ATP finals in London. He doesn't have to prove anything to me anymore. And now it's all about improving. And I think he is shown that he's improving. He's improved all the way through last year. He improved at times before, and then he fell back again. But I think he improved along the way. We always expect these guys to, once they step in and then they stay there. Just because they're not winning matches, to me, doesn't mean you're not improving your game. And all along the way, working with Roger Rashid, who was obviously a very strict, made him work really hard and made him understand it's a physical game. And now with Dani Vavadu, where it looks a little more technical. He's working on his backhand, topspin backhand a little more. He's serving harder, and it's more about strategy, showing up for every match. So the ranking doesn't show it, but his game, to me, is showing that he's developing, and now he's also improving.
Well, that's good to hear. It really is. And how much do we know about Mackenzie McDonald? I mean, he was born in Piedmont in California. He lives in LA, so he's got a bit of stardom around him on that front alone. Do you know him well enough to know how good he could be or how good he is right now?
No, I mean, he only turned pro in 2016, so obviously still very young. But he would be ranked #1 in Sweden if it was Swedish, because he beat Elias Ymer in 3 straight sets, and a bit of a disappointment for us Swedes, but he really didn't have a chance. So again, I think he's dangerous. He's won a match, second rounds and third rounds. I mean, this is really for me what the tournament is about, because everybody comes in with some kind of confidence. He's won 4 matches in a row.
yeah, that's got to help him, that's for sure.
30 seconds.
His idol, Roger Federer, growing up, well, joined the queue. He qualified at Cincinnati, bizarrely. And I'd say that because of the NCAAs and so on. In 2013, Master 1000 Series, as we see 𝕽𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖑𝖆𝖛 in Dimitrov's corner these days. Last year, for McDonald, on the Challengers, he won one. He was a semi-finalist in one, quarter-final in three. He won a Futures event, 2 semis, 1 quarter-final. They're the lower tiers of professional tennis. There's Wayne Ferreira,
And the warm-up.
front left, former South African player. What a forehand he had.
Yes, he did. So he's obviously working with Mackenzie McDonald. I saw him go up to him afterwards. I had a chance to be with Wayne a little bit on tour for a few months, and he will be a good coach and very keen and interested in the game of tennis. Is here commentating as well and have been. So be a good person to have in your corner.
Dimitrov winning tonight.
These are the kind of matches that yes, of course he has to win. There's no question that there's no way he's going to lose. He can lose this match. I mean, he might, but there's no way you would ever think Nadal or Roger Federer or Novak Djokovic is going to lose to somebody, Mackenzie McDonald. And there has to be no way that Grigor Dimitrov doesn't win this match. He has to win this match. There's no ifs and buts. It doesn't matter how well he plays or how good his opponent play. These are matches that you have to win 10 times out of 10.
Big night for this young man, 22. He must be excited.
I think that's a good word. I don't think nerves is I don't think it's a problem anymore. I think if he played Roger Federer, yes.
Start of match violation, Mr. Dimitrov.
Did he get a violation then? It's taking too long.
First set,
Yes, believe he did.
Grigor Dimitrov to serve.
Back fat.
Ready.
Well, here we go. Dimitrov to begin.
Play. Oh, 15 love.
6'3", 191. McDonald is 5'10", 1m78. And the umpire obviously wants to get on with it. 𝕽𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖑𝖆𝖛 of Serbia. Super. That's a settling point.
Oh, he's a solid mover, that's for sure. Very strong lower body, Mackenzie McDonald.
He's done a lot of winning, being NCAA champion, singles and doubles. That breeds habits. This might be a different level, but he has done a lot of winning.
Is that a little bit of a smile there because Grigor went, come on, at 15-all?
Took off 7 aces in his opener, Dimitrov. He's third on this court Monday. McDonald played fourth on court 10 Monday.
Let's first service.
So slightly different surroundings for the American. Good opener for the Bulgarian.
First game.
𝕽𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖑𝖆𝖛 obviously spent a lot of time with Andy Murray. Tried to have a go at playing himself. That's where he met Andy in Spain. Good guy, good for Dimitrov.
It seems to be, because he's improved, and I mean, he has improved. He's improving every time I see him now, and the results are coming with it. So obviously, it's mostly up to Grigor himself, I would say. But yeah, when I saw that thing, he reminds me of what Jack Reeder, who coaches Viktor Troicki, who's out on Heissen's arena against Nick Kyrgios. But Jack once told me, he said, when Viktor plays, I say nothing. I just sit there and enjoy because my job's done. That's the look I got from Danny there, that this is your time, Grigor. We've worked on the side. You're playing a match. I'm not part of it, and I like that. Now, if that's true or not, I'm not sure, but it sure looked like it there.
Already, you get the sense with McDonald, he's a very well-measured tennis player. He's a thinker. He's not going to give Dimitrov much.
No, courts are playing quick again, just like last year. So, and today it's been pretty hot, so the balls will be flying very quickly through the air, skidding.
Second service.
First 10-15 minutes for this man important, aren't they? Because does he get scared about how good Dimitrov is? Can he live with him, trade with him, settle into the match? It's a huge learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's impressive, isn't it?
13-15.
Wow. This is a pretty decent forehand from Dimitrov, but obviously a lot of power from Mackenzie, McDonald.
Doesn't look nervous at all.
Interesting. He's got the second serve tennis ball in the wrong pocket.
Yeah.
30-all.
Usually, when you're a right-hander, you have the ball in your left pocket, of course, but he didn't.
Yeah. He served 7 double faults, first round main draw. McDonald against Nima. Three of those.
40-13.
Wow.
Game, McDonald.
Well, I think Dimitrov's turn. He might be thinking this kid can play. He might be a little nervous.
One game.
It'd be a very interesting match because Dimitrov's going to have to get the combination of tactics right. He's going to have to play defense at times and obviously can't play too much defense because McDonald is too solid off of both sides. He's going to have to be aggressive as well, but sometimes I find that these are the kind of players, the style that Dimitrov has had problems with because it's the same thing coming at him all the time and he just seems to sort of lose himself in the middle of the process of trying to solve the problem. That is still a question mark. Even at the ATP finals in London, he threw in a couple here and there that were just unexpected.
Love 13.
Nice little slice from McDonald as well.
Love 14.
He looks calm.
Smart is still there. Quite sure what it means now. 3 break points. It's quite quiet. Everyone's having a good look at this McDonald chap. He breaks the world number 3 to love. First sit down, leads 2-1. Impressive start.
McDonald leads 2-1.
By all accounts, Grigor Dimitrov is a really nice guy. Can you be too nice and not therefore be a Grand Slam champion?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say that's the difference today, is that we have 2 really, I mean, 3, 4. We have great guys at the top of the game. I mean, all of them, Roger, Rafa, Novak, Andy, they're just great guys off the court. I don't really know what they're thinking about their opponent on the court, but there must be a mean streak in them somewhere.
Ruthless streak, that killer instinct, Dimitrov, to hate something that much that he would make something happen.
Yeah, you have to have it for sure. Seems in the past he's been more upset with himself than the situation that he might be in. That's when Nadal is so brilliant.
Serious game and speed.
Wow, so simple. It's got that easy power that's so hard to read as well. You don't know when it's coming, and it comes here.
I mean, this is all new. Futures and challenges. You don't get people running out with a towel for you. He's taking it all in. Big double.
That's really clever. Doesn't want to hit a second serve there after a double, so throws in the slice serve. You'd have thought maybe Dimitrov would have guessed that one.
Everything's pretty simple.
I think this is the difference here for me with Dimitrov. He's more eager here. You see how he steps in. It's an old-fashioned sort of close stance forehand. Takes the ball. As soon as it comes off the court, he's right there and hits it at the right time.
Nicely done.
Advantage McDonald.
Well, that's just brilliant play. Can't do much about it. How quick he is. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a player
Ditto.
the tennis ball in the wrong pocket.
Just advantage, McDonald.
Well, Dimitrov would have done his homework as best he could. YouTube, coach scouting, etc. But did he think this guy was going to be this good straight away? I mean, the obvious question is how long for? 16 minutes has been fantastic.
Oh, just perfection on shot selection and execution so far. Does he look surprised here, Mr. Ferreira? Not really.
Doesn't really, does he?
$15. 30-11. Oh. 40-11.
Pretty much walks on his toes. So broken to love, now a hold to love for Dimitrov. Keeps him in touch at 2-3 first set.
3-2.
So 3-2. Mackenzie McDonald. Got to get used to saying that name. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of this man. Dimitrov won't want to be seeing too much more of what we've seen so far.
Oh, very solid. Very solid. This is definitely a problem that Dimitrov is going to have to solve, because he's probably not going to go too far away from where he's playing now. McDonald.
Smile's gone.
That forehand is just... There's no way you are expecting, or you can be expecting him to hit the ball that hard with that sort of short backswing and stepping into it somewhat, but just clean.
Just looks so composed.
40-11.
It's that winning thing. It has to be.
Go Macca. Well, what else is it going to be? Mackenzie, McDonald.
The umpire has called that out.
Needs to challenge.
He's probably never had 𝕼𝖘𝖆 before. Wouldn't think it's on court 10. It's a love hold.
McDonald leads 4 games to 2.
I mean, it should be. I think in the Grand Slams, 𝕼𝖘𝖆 should be on every match court. Has to come. There's been a lot of talk about money and how much is divvied to the prize money and this, that and the other. The amount of money, it's awash with money. All match courts, please, 𝕼𝖘𝖆.
Couldn't agree more. Same conditions for all players.
This is exciting. We hoped he'd be excited about this challenge tonight. Well, it's exciting us watching him go about it.
Oh, wow, he's got so much power. And look, I love how he skipped into that last ball, not tense at all. We see it here, a couple of skips, and then no problem.
Flat for service.
I think Kyrgios is 2 sets up on Troitsky and a break 2-1 in the third. Tsonga awaits the winner of that one.
When you hear Dimitrov go, I mean, I love it. I have to say that, come on, let's go. It's just that we're not really used to hearing that. So at the same time, do the players, that's not really him. He's not really, he's just trying to sort of nearly fake and bluff his way through or trying to get himself going. Because with someone like Rafa Nadal, you've seen it since the first time you laid your eyes on him and did it. It comes from within. With Grigor, it's just something that's come in the last 12 months. I've never heard it before. And whether he means it or not is irrelevant, really, because it's what the other players think about it.
Yes.
And because it's new, I don't know.
That's dismissive of his second serve. 2 points in a row.
Forehand is huge.
Yeah.
Advantage, Dimitrov.
He's going to have to play like the world number 3 and quickly in this opening set.
Game, Dimitrov.
Like that. Tough hold.
New ball
stays
three.
tight.
McDonald leads.
McDonald hasn't
14-3.
blinked yet. New balls in play for Mackenzie McDonald. Well, this is the sort of time, if anything's going to happen, where he's going to go off the ball a little bit. We're getting to that point for the American. We shall see.
It's a nice low slice from Dimitrov.
It's amazing he puts the ball in that right pocket.
Love 13.
Likes that serve.
15-13.
Has to pick that though, Grigor, I think. If he hits an ace down the tee with a flat one at 5'10", you got to hand it to him. New balls as well. Oh, he's mixing it up here a little bit, Dimitrov. A couple of slice backhands and then a forehand with a little more spin, a little more height. Got it up above shoulder height from McDonald.
Break points. His first.
Did well to stay in that rally, Dimitrov, but not allowed to miss that last one. Doesn't have to be this good.
Super pull away, but the pace off the court from that forehand. And it shoots low, doesn't it, when he flattens it?
Yeah, he really does. Excellent point there. Gutsy second serve and a good volley as well. This is not that easy, but to cut it that much from up above there, it's well done.
Advantage, McDonald.
That is a really impressive hold from 15-40.
Wow, a worried Dimitrov as well. That's a couple of great points there when it really mattered from McDonald. Just the fact that he does follow it in. Of course, he's done it enough now with Dimitrov. That's what happens when you come to the net. Don't have to hit the volley. But you got to come in early in a match.
I'd love to know that reaction of Dimitrov we just saw. What's he saying? What's the purpose of the reaction? Is it I didn't break? Is it... I don't know. I'd love to know the answer.
15 love. Thirty 11.
I like it, though, that he steps in. Even though he misses that return at McDonald, he steps in, tries to take it early, and puts pressure on the second serve for Dimitrov, which then makes him tense on the first serve. Really smart.
He's 4 from 10 behind his second serve, Dimitrov.
Game. Mr. McDonald is challenging the corner.
Yeah, he's got a shout here. I think this might be wide. No, where I should have gone. McDonald's going to have to serve out the opening set.
McDonald leads 5 games to 4. Mr. McDonald has 2 challenges.
Here's a moment, Matt.
It's a moment I miss, Chris. Have to say, serving for sets, serving for matches. There's a time in my career, or in any tennis player's career, where you don't look forwards to it. But there was a time when you actually looked forwards to these moments. And I would think this man here is looking forwards to it.
It's a good start.
15 love.
There's no scar tissue at all for McDonald in this situation. None.
If he keeps this up, he's going to get an army of fans, and the Aussie humour is terrific at times. There'll be a group of them. It'll be something to do with the farm. There'll be the rhyme there somewhere. Maybe the benefit of the last service game recovering to hold. But how poised he looks here.
Unbelievable.
3 set points.
I like it, serve and volley. Planted yet another seed. Might use that again at some point. Maybe not now, but later in the match. the second time he's kind of rushed that forehand and trying to come forwards. He did it a few games, but in the long run, again, I like the fact that he's trying to hit that as an approach shot.
That is some set of tennis against the world #3. He releases the come on at the end, and it's for Dimitrov to come back at it. 6-4, 38 minutes. So Mats Wilander, what a start for the 22-year-old. Biggest night out in his tennis career, that's for sure. He's a set up against the world #3. This is a big test for Dimitrov.
Yes, it definitely is. I mean, it didn't do much wrong in that set. Served pretty well. Grigor missed a couple of slice backhands in key moments there when he had a chance to break back, and 2 of them hit the tape. So that has to go away. But yeah, no, hats off to Macca.
Lapiti.
Again, that second serve being demolished. And he's not changing the second serve.
Well, I think he gets into a little bit of, and I don't want to say it because we might have a game of golf on Friday, Chris, but in case you have it, I think he's got the yips. I really do, a little bit. Like, he doesn't actually know if he's going to... He can't place it, so he's just trying to get it in the service box at times. Not saying often, but at times. And there's also so much going on after his second serve because his toss is so high, so far behind him. He has a big knee bend. So if you're what Mackenzie, McDonald is doing, stepping and taking it early, I mean, Dimitrov is not ready to defend straight after his second serve. It's an old saying, of course, but you're only as good as a server, as good a player as your second serve, but I think that's wrong. But as good a server as your second serve. Federer, excellent. Sampras, excellent.
The serve was better.
Yeah, went after it a little bit more. I think that's what he has to do, and I'm sure that's what he's telling himself. Don't be afraid of a double fault here and there.
Let's for service. Advantage Dimitrov.
He's wobbly.
It feels like he's stuck in that mode. If I don't win get a free point of my first serve, most probably going to lose the point. Hasn't found the right tactics yet, Dimitrov.
Advantage Dimitrov.
Oh, that's nice, using his quickness coming forwards.
Game Dimitrov.
Tough game, but he comes through it importantly. It's amazing, isn't it, the contrast mentally between first and second serves. It's a free hit, basically, the first serve, because if you miss it, you got another one. And so often a second serve, a player's not thinking, what serve do I need here? They just think, get it in.
Yes.
You never, hardly ever think to get it in on a first serve, because you're trying to do something with it, damage somebody in some way. The contrast is huge, isn't it?
It really is, but we've seen that with Rafa Nadal. I mean, he's definitely thinking more about not just getting it in. He's trying to do something.
Exactly.
Roger Federer is trying to do something with it, and I think Dimitrov has to come to the point where he's also trying to do something with the second serve.
Yeah.
Just set the point up with your second serve. Doesn't have to be hard, but just placement is important at this level.
Some worried looks going straight back to the camp after the errors.
15 love.
That's the same error as he made when he missed those two slice backhands. You just can't make these mistakes. It's an easy volley.
Been really unleashing on the forehand for a while, but again, when he does, it takes your breath away.
13 love.
So clean. So compact as well. It has to be hard to make Dimitrov late, that's for sure.
In.
30-15.
Was it in English or in Bulgarian?
Did you come on initially?
That one I'm fine with.
40-15.
He went to the native, I think. And that's maybe what he needs, a bit more native in him. If you ever saw, as McDonald levels, if you ever saw Nadal look at his camp with a bit of a worried look on his face, then I think everybody would be worried for Nadal. You hardly ever see it.
No. Yeah, certainly. I'm not sure what he's going to do here, what he needs to change, but got to break the rhythm somehow.
7 volley to the backhand a bit. First serve.
A bit of mixture of winning points here would be nice from Dimitrov, yeah.
He does look unsure.
Love 15.
He's playing a man. I mean, forget the ranking, 186 in the world. I mean, that's insane for how well he's playing. Doesn't make, and the reason that's happened is because his futures and challenges. He's done well to get it up to there, playing those events. It's way better than that.
Way better. This is well done here because he hesitated on the previous point with the forehand and suddenly there he didn't.
He's reading Dimitrov's serve well, isn't he? First or second.
And that forehand is actually sending a message as well to Dimitrov.
Light for service.
Brilliant. Going on the backhand, that's another new play.
He read that nicely too, McDonald. He stayed in his backhand corner, so the volley here is excellent from Dimitrov once he gets in. Sticks it.
Stays ahead, Dimitrov, for the whole 51 minutes. 2-1 second set. So, still the question for McDonald. Can he maintain his level? There's no reason why not for what we've seen so far.
No, really isn't, and I think yes he can, because what I really like is he's taken a few of those second serves from Dimitrov, taking them early. The last point he did, backhand early, came into the net, so he's not just relying on good ball striking, he's also trying to change things up, even though he's in the lead. That's the first sort of passive point from McDonald.
See that? You gotta love.
15 on.
Huge. The fact that he dares to go for that slider down the middle.
And it made Dimitrov straight away look at his coach again.
Shouldn't do that when you're 180 in the world, is what he's thinking most probably.
And if he's in that sort of mindset,
30-15.
tough to get out of that.
Yeah, he's...
Ooh, was it?
Dimitrov is changing the on the left far side line.
Close.
The ball is called out.
Yeah, caught the line.
30-18.
maybe a little panicky there at the end, but again, he's trying different things. I don't mind it. Great second serve again.
14-13.
Not sure at all, Dimitrov, where the ball is coming off of the serve.
It's just so good.
Two games all.
It's frightening how good this is.
That's a big hold, and what a combination of points he won there. Everything from a serve and volley to trying a drop shot to a second serve down the middle at love 15 for a winner. Brilliant.
He looks a little lost. Has done for a while, Dimitrov. It's all about making decisions. Not the right ones, just making them. You can always make another one. Doesn't really know which decision to make.
It's not a good feeling when you get that feeling of, oh, I have to get a first serve in play to win this match. And that's what he must be feeling right now.
Yeah.
Let second service.
6 from 15 second serves.
It's not easy. You have to stay patient here. If you're Dimitrov, you just keep plugging away. Obviously, you've got to stay in the present because this is, but at the same time, it's a project, it's long term, so just keep plugging away, and this is most probably going to be your night, but you can't get frustrated.
Reading everything Dimitrov is doing so well. It's interesting, the crowd are not sort of whooping and hollering yet for McDonald. I think they're still analysing him as much as everybody else is. There's almost an element of shock around the place.
Yes. Because he looks so calm and compact.
Game, Dimitrov.
Well, he keeps his nose in front, Dimitrov.
Dimitrov leads 3 games to 2.
Only the one break in the match so far that still continues, but one match. Plays Tsonga next.
The one thing I'm always worried about, and I am a big fan of Nick Kyrgios because he's a nice guy. A few times I've said hello to him and interviewed him, but one thing I worry about, they keep putting him on Hisen's arena, and suddenly he gets in there to Rod Laver Arena. Hisen's, they let people in if you have a ground pass, you get in there. So a lot of kids, the noise level is loud, and he kind of reminds me of that people's hero. You know, kids, whatever. You come into Rod Laver Arena, it's a little bit more corporate, a little more quiet, a little more educated, if I may say so, and they are asking the player to give them something, and they're curious. I'm not sure. Yes, to put him in here soon, and against Tsonga, he most probably will have to play in here, whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. Do you think he requests to go on high sense?
Absolutely. Just like the French, some of them request Suzanne Lenglen. Big difference between certain courts.
Well played. Just quickly on that, do you therefore think that when he comes in here on the Rod Laver Arena, he's almost duty-bound to behave better?
Absolutely.
Because of that audience?
Yes. Yes, I've seen it happen.
And that restricts him to a degree?
For sure. Yep.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
I mean, Gavrilova, who plays after here, plays at Rod Laver Arena every time.
Yeah, second night match Monday, and again Wednesday.
McDonald is
challenging the umpire overall here. Called in by the line judge. Double fault it is.
Love 13.
Under pressure again on serve. He's handled that pressure so well up to now.
2 challenges remaining. Love 14.
Now then. Big moment here. Zero from 2 so far, Dimitrov.
Subtle things, but you gotta pick that serve if you're Dimitrov. I mean, if he can serve himself out of trouble with 3 aces flat down the tee and wide in the ad court, maybe it's not my night. Can't beat you with a slice serve now.
He's blinked for the first time. 2 double faults in the game.
Dimitrov leads 4 games to 2.
And really good attitude from Dimitrov here. I mean, it feels like he's been sort of on top of McDonald. Come on, let's go. And I think that makes a difference for these players that are trying and break through and beat the best players in the world. That's where Dimitrov has improved a lot. It feels real.
There's a lull for the new balls. It's a great camera lens, isn't it? The whole court in from the net. Roger. Don't call Dimitrov baby fed anymore. Might not be so nice then.
Again, I really like when he steps into that second serve, McDonald, because again, Dimitrov having problems there, reacting. There's a lot going on when he serves, Dimitrov.
40-15.
Dimitrov, second set, and the game away from it.
Dimitrov leads 5-2.
Super atmosphere. Full house, record crowds again this year. McDonald serving to stay in set 2.
Pressure was good. For 7. Left for service. Love 15.
His forehand was so huge first set. It's been huge, what, twice this set?
Yeah, a little tentative, it seems.
Love
to say the least. Just not getting through it, not getting the outside of the ball. Pushing it slightly.
Three set points now.
Love 14. $15-14. $30-14.
It's one set all after an hour and 12 minutes. The three player in the world is getting a grip on this second round. Now, if you weren't aware, Johanna Konta, Britain's finest, is playing her second round match tomorrow. It's midnight in the UK. First up on court 2, that means 11 o'clock local time in the morning. The 9th seed taking on the lucky loser, Amada Pella from the United States. Jo Konta would love to have your support and company. Strong coffee, alarm clock's on. Midnight, your time. Your thoughts, Matt, at one settle?
Well, it'd be interesting to see if he can get back to the form he had in the first set, because he fell off quite dramatically there. McDonald. Dimitrov picked up his level a little bit, I thought. But it's just the difference. Dimitrov just a little bit stronger, moves a little bit better, defends a little bit better. Has to dare to hit that forehand, McDonald, otherwise he has no chance.
15 love. 15-all.
And it's a good idea when you've lost your timing a little bit and lost your confidence to go cross-court, because right here he does get around and hit it on the outside of the ball, and you can follow through much more and therefore get your sort of dare to hit it again.
$13-15. $30-all. $40-13.
Settled himself well there after the double fault.
First game.
Serving much better now, assuming a much higher percentage of first serves. Dimitrov looks to have found the timing.
What do you think the reason was for McDonald, as he positions his bottles as closely as Nadal? That he did... Was it something Dimitrov did that prevented him from unleashing on the forehand? I mean, it's almost gone away quietly, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has a little bit, yeah. I'm not sure if he scared him with his attitude, possibly. Like, oh, that's not enough. I'm not going to scare you more than that. And Dimitrov, no, obviously didn't show any negative body language at all. A bit angry. It's like McDonald thought that, well, I have not proven to you that I'm better than you. 5 sets.
As soon as he starts to look to use it, the match has a different feel about it again. I mean, it's very easy from here, obviously, but...
Question is McDonald mean enough to win this match? Better.
40-15.
It's always a tough volley, isn't it? Coming forwards with a forehand volley off of a sliced ball.
He could have played it on the backhand side too, couldn't he? He sort of swerved to avoid the backhand.
Could have come over it too with the forehand now that he chose the forehand. Wow. What a lob from Dimitrov.
Yes.
Big moment now suddenly after a point like that.
goes for that slice out wide and then unleashes on the forehand.
Advantage, McDonald.
Hasn't managed to get that return down the line yet, Dimitrov, has he?
No. Smart serve.
Same play the other side. Different player when it's serve and forehand.
One game.
Different threat. That's a big hold, Matt.
Was percentage play again from McDonald. Dimitrov could have maybe anticipated those two last first serves to the forehand. It's obviously a pattern.
I like that, because when you're number 3 in the world and you're playing somebody ranked 186, it must be so tempting to stay quiet.
Yes, but again, that's the difference. I think the ranking is left in the locker room. When Nadal and Federer play, the ranking is irrelevant. At least to them, maybe not to their opponent. That's why they are such great champions, the two best of all time. It's the consistency they bring on every surface against any player. It doesn't matter the ranking or style or tournament for that matter. It's just you and me, and I am not going home. Again, a second serve short in the box. Not much to it.
Very samey, isn't it? So predictable. There are some huge forehands out there right now, isn't there?
Oh, there definitely is. And I was just thinking that early on. I mean, I'm a big fan that everybody has a possibility these days to hit winners because of the equipment and the rackets and the strings, and you don't have to be 6'4" and 220 pounds. Obviously, it's more risky if you don't have the strength and you don't put the spin on the ball, but if you have a great day, then ball striking can win you matches these days.
Both using that serve a lot. What the longest 3-set match McDonald's played in his life. Different journey, isn't it? 3 out of 5. Stretched him so well there, Dimitrov.
Very confident in those couple of forehands. Yeah, 3 out of 5 sets. It's just not, you just don't go into cruise control very often, if ever. Nadal a few times on clay, yes, you would have to call that cruise control, but there's always something that stands in your way. Could be your opponent, could be you. 2 sets to love up, suddenly you relax a little and...
Game.
It's almost a come-on after every winning point for Dimitrov right now. 2-1 third set, he leads.
Time.
Well, we're finding an awful lot out about Mackenzie McDonald in this match, but I think equally we're going to find out an enormous amount from Grigor Dimitrov.
Yeah, we already have. I mean, he's shown why he's improving, and yes, his backhand is better, his serve is better and all that, but more than anything, his attitude is just so much better. He's so much more positive and determined that I'm not losing to this guy, I'm not going down. I mean, it's just, it's great to see. I don't know, is he playing well or not? It's irrelevant to me. Can't judge it when you have his attitude right now and what he's had his whole match.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't judge if he's playing well or not because it's not important. That's where you've seen Nadal over and over and over again. Funny thing about Nadal is I think it's irrelevant to him too. And that's how you become consistent on tour.
Love the team.
And it's not that you have to be level-headed and sort of, no, you have to really react to the situation and momentum switches, just like Dimitrov has done tonight. A little bit frustrated in the first set, a little bit angry, but just enough to wake his opponent up, kind of thing, out of his zone.
We've seen it all now. Total miss hit from Dimitrov, which caught out McDonald, but how well he dealt with it.
I'd like to see that again. I'm not really sure what happened here, but no, it was well done. Rare.
For service.
And isn't that the best lesson you've ever gotten, Chris? Rafa Nadal at the French Open, he comes in and we all agree he's the big-time favorite. He's going to win it again. And he comes in and he says he's not. And we all, why does he do that? Because he feels it. Yeah. He's worried about his opponent, and that's what Dimitrov's done so well tonight. It's about respect, respecting your opponent.
14-13.
Yeah, it's a real art, isn't it? Winning a slam. Let alone the number they've won. And you've won 7 of them. Makes you very different. Again, that is just so special. Not just the presence of mind to stop pause, but the touch. Well, he must have thought he'd won the point.
Yes. Excellent defensive skills from Dimitrov, of course, but even skimmed the top of the net as well. I think most players in the locker room agrees that Dimitrov is at the moment the best mover of all players. Covers the court the best. Of course, Novak Djokovic, I think, has been.
It's a fabulous contest, it really is. Who would have thought?
That's so clean from McDonald. Backhands as well now.
He has a look at McDonald's first. Then he looks at Danny, his coach. It's got a USA feel about it right now.
Can you just give us a second to clean the court? You have a towel here. Towel, please.
Yeah, I think
Thank you.
the birds had dinner.
Thanks. The one on the left as well, please. Thank you.
Where the expression came from. Thank heavens cows don't fly.
Thanks.
Good job. He's coming on strong again.
That's an explosion that would worry Dimitrov. You just can't tell when it's going to come either.
Dimitrov speed to the rescue there.
30-14.
Wow, how was that for defense? That one. It surprised McDonald. Nice, Wayne. That's gutsy. That is a difficult shot.
Yes. Advantage, Dimitrov.
He's showing some metal here.
now the guys got full out here.
Yes.
He's got quite long swings, Dimitrov, to be able to keep up with McDonald if they're both going to go as hard as they can. Overplayed that last point a little bit, Dimitrov, and is in trouble again.
McDonald.
The last 2 points, I should say.
Missed it. He's challenging, but I think he knows he's missed it because he's walking. This is big. Just when you thought Dimitrov, the commentary was going to be, well, that's the difference in Dimitrov. But he has been broken. Game very much on again. McDonald leads 3-2 in this third set. Credit him for that.
Dimitrov has 2 challenges.
Just Dex's Midnight Runners playing the music. Could go way over midnight tonight, that's for sure. Coming up to 10 o'clock local time. This into a third set. Women's match to follow. But no one's going to leave this.
Oh, this is excellent. This is really exciting. Very difficult to pick as well.
McDonald, third set.
For service. Light for service.
He's different.
Nobody
did anything big being normal.
That's too good right now from McDonald. Oi! You can often tell when you look at somebody player's box. If there's one person that's really excited, it usually means that your player is overachieving and it's going to fall off at some point. And the gentleman you see there in the picture furthest to your right has never seen Mackenzie play at this level before. That's worrying.
40-15.
backhand, that one.
He really got on the outside of this backhand, Dimitrov. So much topspin, a completely full swing, and look how it dips. Not a bad volley. I like the play from McDonald.
Before he loved to juice.
Has to cover the wide serve here, Dimitrov. Too good if it goes in.
Dimitrov is charging the call on the left center service line. The ball was called in.
Ah, so the line judge called it out first and then corrected. Is it an ace?
No.
Seconds of
Wanted to ask the question again.
Really good. Just
McDonald.
maybe question Dimitrov's choices here. He's getting his shots to the McDonald forehand a few too many times, especially on that service return. Stay away from that thing right now. It's a good angle to watch tennis from once in a while, that one.
Surprising.
Advantage, Dimitrov.
It was there to be hit. Chance to break straight back. He misses a forehand. He's not looking to hit a winner off, going to his forehand, which is what you just mentioned. It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
No, that didn't make any sense. I'm not sure why he went. The first shot made sense, the chip backhand, but the second one was weird.
Advantage, Dimitrov.
Oh, yes.
Well, he's given a bit of help when he said thank you very much with that pass. He does break straight back, Dimitrov.
Now tension is high right now for both players, that's for sure.
Winner of this will now play the young Russian Andrei Rublev. He's just beaten Baghdatis, the former finalist here, in 4 sets.
That he likes that he doesn't mind coming forwards, McDonald. We don't see enough of this kind of tennis these days, I think. Still room for it if you do it at the right time. And he's got good skills at the net as well.
He stops straight away, McDonald. So he wins or loses the point right here. He must be pretty sure.
It's an excellent defensive forehand that actually turned out to be offensive from Dimitrov. But if he loses this point, it's the second serve again that dropped really short. McDonald stepped in, forced Dimitrov to make that mistake.
Both It's like this third set for the pair of them has become paramount. 3 more break points.
Well done from Dimitrov. I mean, the first shot is not, it's a shocker. But the last one was. This is a brilliant shot from Dimitrov. Surprised McDonald completely.
Love 40 to Deuce. Finding the first serve.
Took just a little bit off that first serve, Dimitrov. He's been up around 200, over 200 kilometers often. A little bit tight there, both players. Dimitrov had the chance to do something. And so many thoughts, even though the points are so quick. There's only a few strikes each, but you know McDonald was thinking, oh, I'm back in it. Ooh, I mustn't miss now.
Outstanding. Unbelievable.
So smooth there, McDonald. I mean, he has to be a great mover and a great reader of the game because he has so much time at times.
Time violation warning, Dimitrov.
Ooh.
Umpire's on Dimitrov's case tonight. Both move so well, don't they? players to understand.
It's a tough little volley, this low forehand volley. And a miss hit on the topspin lob. Mackenzie didn't get it over the head.
From love 40. Dimitrov, 4-3 third set.
He's good value too, 𝕽𝖆𝖔𝖘𝖆𝖛 is. I mean, a great match. And they're nice guys, both of them. And obviously Rublev is is he crazy on court, but a nice guy in the locker room, it seems.
Second service.
See that with that handshake. Quick hold here would be really important for McDonald, it seems. Put the pressure back on Dimitrov as soon as possible.
Correction was good. For serve.
Such a quick overall. Players love that. If it's right.
I think umpires convince the players when they're quick. Yeah.
Makes the game easy. So easy. This is a Futures and Challengers player all last year.
40-11.
Can't emphasise that enough. For what he's doing out here tonight.
Oh, for sure. The surface lends itself to this kind of player as well being dangerous because it is playing very quick.
And there's that quick hold you talked about. They both invested hugely in the last game.
4 games over.
Who's your gut with for this third set?
That's a good question. My gut's with Dimitrov to win the match, that's for sure. But not necessarily this set.
Has he made that?
15-11.
No. Late call.
Well, I thought maybe he wanted to challenge that, but...
Yeah. That's such a clever return. It's not quite a block, is it? I don't know. It's sort of got a bit of a follow through on it. It's a weird sort of looking shot, but it's so effective.
Really short backswing and smooth again.
Reads this game so well, and again, what touch.
No, the reading part is, it's a talent that I think you might have to be born with.
Just feels it. Is it the parents back there? You'd assume so.
Game Dimitrov.
Quick hold for Dimitrov. Game away from taking a 2-1 lead.
Dimitrov leads 5-4.
So Mackenzie McDonald has got a hard serve to keep this third set alive. No problem in his last service game.
Have to force him to play the low percentage game here. If you're Dimitrov, he has to pick slice serves and then keep the second serve return to the backhand side. Does that second serve come that quickly that he can't pull it?
Dimitrov is challenging the ball on the right baseline. The ball was called out. Dimitrov has one challenge remaining. Well, I don't know if you heard it at home, but that little sorry tells me an awful lot of things about McDonald. He is too nice. Didn't have to say sorry after he stopped in the middle of the second service motion.
First signs of cracks.
A moment just got to him there suddenly.
2 set points. Is extraordinary. I mean, once or twice you think, okay, but to keep doing it all the time.
It's excellent defense from Dimitrov, and that's such a hard volley.
He's got it. Fire up, he says. He's 2-1 up after 2 hours and 5 minutes. Welcome back. Now, the only other match left on court is on the Margaret Court Arena. 𝕽𝖆𝖆𝖔𝖘𝖆𝖛 from Ukraine against Matthew Ebden of Australia, the giant killer who beat John Isner on Monday. It was a very tight first set until the tiebreak. And the Ukrainian won that to a bagel, and it's 1-1 on serve in the second set.
Alexandra!
Live on Eurosport 2.
I was too quick to call a let. It shouldn't have been a let. It shouldn't have been a let. You can't hinder yourself. I was too quick to call it. I was too quick to call it.
To tighten up those laces. That's on Eurosport 2. On Eurosport 1, we're staying on the 𝕼𝖆𝖆𝖔𝖘𝖆𝖛 Arena. What left in the tank, do you think, mentally and physically? More mentally, really, for McDonald, Matt. Can he come back from 2 sets to 1 down, do you think?
Love 15.
Well, with a bit of help from Dimitrov, I would think. I mean, suddenly Dimitrov is in the lead here. It'll be interesting to see. It's the first time, really, that he's in the lead properly. What kind of tennis is he going to try and play here? Is he going to run away from McDonald, or...
He's been given the run around from that point.
That's a physical point there.
Haven't seen him out of breath yet, McDonald.
If anything, it seemed Dimitrov got tired at the end of that rally.
15-13.
So 2 break points right at the start of the 4th.
15-14.
It seems it gets tighter and shorter on the second serve when he's in the lead. When it's a big point, he's just nothing on that second serve.
Yeah.
No placement. It's
so much chatter to himself tonight.
30-14.
Almost the doubters about whether he's the real thing or not. He's having to convince himself that he is.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that is what you'd expect from a much lower ranked player. Who worked hard to win a set, get the lead, and then give your serve away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. Pretender or contender. There's just something in the back of my mind that feels that Dimitrov needs a broken nose.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I'm just saying he's a future contender, whether it's this week or... I think so, but because I think he's improving. I'm not sure he's ready yet, though. That's for sure. Not if he plays at this level. It's a good match. He's played well, McDonald, but Dimitrov just...
Difference in their second serve is considerable.
Really? Can you have hands like that? I mean, that's how many forehand drop volleys has he hit now? That's amazing hands.
It has to be his dad. He's so new on the tour. There's so little information about him. That's one proud dad if it is. Decorum, match face, forget it. I'm going to enjoy this. Too low up. McDonald.
McDonald leads 2 games to love.
Very quickly. Did he lose the momentum here, Dimitrov? It's gone.
But he just knows which serve's coming. Exactly where it's going to be. Second serve.
Yep.
$15 all.
Completely disappeared from the match right now, Dimitrov. Completely. Two more break points. His eyes are everywhere. Double break.
McDonald leads 3 games to...
Well, I think there's quite a few people scratching their heads at the last 11 minutes, Matt.
Yeah, a little desperate here, it seems, Dimitrov. I mean, there's no reason to. Got a little shaky on the second serve again. No reason to. 2 breaks down straight away. Set's nearly over. Again, I just do not understand what that inside-out second serve backhand return. Why does that go to the forehand of McDonald? I don't get it. Why would chip it cross-court to the backhand of McDonald? Anything but pace to the McDonald forehand. He's just clocking it right now.
Winning the third set switched Dimitrov off. It's bizarre.
Like he doesn't like to be in the lead. Other players can't play with the lead. They're much better coming from behind. Saw that with Joe Wilfred Tsonga today. Played his absolute best tennis when he was out of the tournament on the basically a foot in the plane. Yeah. Suddenly he relaxed and played the way he needs to play. Beating Shapovalov in 5. Asking questions now, Dimitrov to his player box, to Danny. What's going on? What am I doing wrong? I mean, you got to have those answers yourself. Figure it out.
Well, the logic was when he won the 3rd set, number 3 player in the world playing somebody 186, all new surroundings, that 6-1, 6-2, Dimitrov 4th set. That's the logical thing to think.
Yeah.
15 minutes later, it's 4-love McDonald.
And it's really because of a bunch of unforced errors, too.
Yeah. A lot for Danny 𝕉𝖆𝖔𝖘𝖆𝖛 to think about. Must be worrying. Really worrying for Dimitrov.
Well, he's got to find some sort of pattern here, Dimitrov, and not try and stay away from the forehand, see what happens if I stay away from this guy's forehand the whole time. What will the points look like? Because you don't want what it looks like now.
Nice, beautifully done. Tricky ball.
30-15.
He's just decided to go all gung-ho as trying to answer it.
30-all.
When you give him pace to his forehand, McDonald, he just answers it with short backswing, compact, clean in the middle of his racket. I wouldn't challenge him there if I was Dimitrov. Ever.
Wow. 14.
Crazy. Just inexplicable at the moment.
Another break point gifted. Mackenzie McDonald, 4th set.
McDonald.
Well, settle down. Yeah, get an ice cream, something else to eat and drink, because this has got a ways to go. Good appetit. You've been caught. He looks strong. He looks like an athlete. He feels guilty. His diet's gone up the wall tonight. They are nice, those salted caramel ones are gorgeous.
Oh, they are.
Thank you.
An athlete can afford to have one, Chris. He has to get stuck in it here a little bit, I think, Dimitrov. He has to start working. It's 5-love. He's obviously not going to win this set.
losing this game would be a good idea, so he can start serving. And that's what he's thinking right now. But the question is, does he need to maybe play one physical point here and maybe find out what happens if he keeps the ball in play? Maybe not.
Let second service.
I say chip and charge here, Grigor, on the second serve if it comes to your backhand, just to do something different.
30-15.
Dasha Gavrilova, Elise Mertens. Next up, it's going to be late. Don't normally put a match on here at midnight. They did one year, Hewitt and Baghdatis. It finished at 4:48 in the morning, I think. I was calling it. It started just after midnight. Set point for the wild card, Mackenzie McDonald. Reciprocal wild card. The USTA and Tennis Australia.
Let for service. Game.
The world number 186 has just bageled the world number 3. It's 2 sets all.
Drawers has opened up nicely.
Plays Basilashvili of Georgia for a place in the 4th round. There's no seeds in that section for Carl Edmund. And just a reminder that Johanna Konta is first up on court 2, the 9th seed against the lucky loser from the United States, Bamada Pella. You can see that it's midnight UK time. Please be up for that. I'm sure Konta would love to have your support from back home. Quarter-finalist last year, Konta. Semi-finalist the year before that. Straight at the end of that 4th set. Dimitrov very quickly to go off first, Matt. McDonald followed and still hasn't returned.
Yeah, I think McDonald, it looked like he wasn't sure what he was allowed to do and not to do after that 4th set, but just saw some stats there where Dimitrov had 2 winners and 13 unforced errors. 2-1, no reason at all to overplay. Just wait for McDonald to come back to you, and can he raise his level rather than risking it and just dropping off. Can he find his rhythm? Now is the question.
Will Ferrell, will he come on and do the interview again tonight? I wonder if Dimitrov eats wombat meat. What do you think?
Well, maybe that's what he... Well, I shouldn't say that, actually, but...
It was fun last night.
Is there a mean streak in him, is the question. Yeah, it was very fun. Will Ferrell himself, a good tennis player. Really good. Good golfer, too.
Is he an athlete? Does he eat ice cream?
I would say he most probably eats ice cream. Now, is he an athlete? I'm not sure. But good, really good hand-eye coordination, Mr. Ferrell.
Well, it's difficult to now think about the 5th set, isn't it? I mean, the first 5-10 minutes for Dimitrov are huge, aren't they? He's got to get back on track.
Oh, 100%, and it's not... He cannot wait for himself to start playing, hitting the ball well. He's got to come up with the right tactics here, because he's all over the place right now. I don't know what he's going to come up with or try to attempt to do to win points, apart from obviously hope for 3 points in the first serve.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a 1-set shootout, new balls in play, no tie breaks, 5th set. Dimitrov to begin. Huge momentum this man has.
Love 15.
Won just 9 points in the fourth set, Dimitrov.
He's playing to win here, McDonald. Even that first point, Dimitrov had a chance to come into the net when McDonald sort of shoved a long, deep, high slice back. Those are the kind of points that matter. You have to come in and you have to dare to win this match now. Can't play not to lose. That's what Dimitrov is doing.
Let second service.
And it would have been the same second serve. Same pace, same spin, same spot.
$15-13. 30 all.
Every now and then, McDonald doubts himself on that forehand, doesn't he?
It's nearly like if you hit it there without pace, he has a bigger problem because he has to generate himself, and he doesn't have that long enough swing to do that. Good serve.
40-13.
Smart serve.
Well, is he or isn't he? No. In a timely manner is the phrase. Well, he got out of jail there, Dimitrov.
Needs to get back to the baseline as quickly as possible here, Dimitrov, I think. Stand out there and bounce up and down and get going a little bit. Show McDonald that, hey, you're going to have to play a lot better than you did in the fourth set because I'm not going anywhere. Which I think is what's going to happen here. I mean, you can play with a not-to-lose attitude, but come and beat me then. Keep the ball in play. You can't go out there and just swing freely and hope it goes in, which is what he did in the fourth set.
Just getting through, winning matches, so important, Matt. But let's say Dimitrov gets through this. How scarring is that fourth set? How scarring is tonight for journeys ahead?
Oh, I think it's pretty scarring. Plus, the whole locker room would have seen it or heard about it.
$13. 14.
Just shaky over there now on the backhand side, Dimitrov. That's an excellent point from Dimitrov.
14-15.
Obviously, he invited him back in that rally with that drop shot.
Beautifully done. So high, he's desperately trying to tighten the reins.
40-13.
Nasty second serve as well from McDonald.
There's more purpose on everything, isn't there?
Yeah, there really is. More purpose from him than from Dimitrov at the moment. Way more. And maybe throughout the match in many ways, tactically at least.
Yeah.
Dimitrov's done a great job in the commands and trying to stay positive, but in terms of what he's trying to do out there, it's still haven't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
One now. 15 mark. PT.
Game. It's well played. He responded really well too to all the come-ons to self. 2-1. Dimitrov, final set.
Thank you.
Taped up. McDonald, Maleva Arena. 1-2, final set.
Doesn't look too worried.
15 mark.
So calm, so relaxed.
That ball.
Yeah, didn't dare to go for the serve up the tee that time. McDonald, he's used that very effectively tonight. That's well played. Not sure about the shot selection there from Dimitrov. He had a couple of nice slices, but this was just an unusual choice at this stage of the match.
And then looked a bit all at sea, having played it. Didn't follow it in. And tells you everything about the choice. Again. He was already waiting for the volley, wasn't he?
40.
He reads the game brilliantly, that's for sure.
Look how early he moves.
They kind of made Dimitrov go his way.
interesting now.
2 games all.
Mum and Dad. Subtle difference from futures and challengers, where probably they are the crowd, pretty much.
I say they throw, if that is the father or dad, I say they throw, well, whoever the man is, they'll throw him out at the futures, because there's only a couple people in the stands. Be rowdy there, not here. Oh, he's not doing well now, Grigor. We saw the reaction from Danny, Coach Danny, before.
He needs to do the come-ons again to himself. He needs that inner coach, doesn't he?
Yeah, desperate times now.
We're back.
15 all. $30-15.
He's very stubborn here, Dimitrov, it seems, when the ball's in play. He keeps going to the McDonald forehand with hard shots, and he likes to pace over there, McDonald.
40-13.
Brilliant serve.
That's a much better look on his face, too. Well, it's a good hold in the end. It really did need some stern talking to himself. Leads 3-2. He's livid, absolutely livid, Danny 𝕉𝖉𝖔𝖘. Call that coaching? Of course it is, but they all do it. He's given Dimitrov a right mouthful there.
Yeah, no, I mean, that shot selection, that drop shot was obviously crazy, but we all want to win. How much does he need to win? It's the question. Or Danny needs to win. You can tell. Dimitrov needs to feel that, have that feeling.
2-3 McDonald, final set.
And when you have a need, when you have that need to win, you make good decisions. You might be more nervous in your arm, you might be more tense, but in your mind, you're making good decisions because it means something to you. But when you're, I just still question what he's thinking out here at Dimitrov.
30-11. 40-15.
It's gone quiet again, Dimitrov. First one he's missed, really, McDonald. That was not, though, a good choice either. Trying to hit a drop volley when the ball is above the net. I always think you're much better off trying to drive it down deep and then cover the net for the next shot, or potentially hit it for the winner. But a drop volley from up there is just too risky.
Time violation warning, Mr. McDonald. First service.
Just ignored it almost. People were screaming still in the crowd when she said that. That's a nonsense.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Just don't get that at all. He stopped, but is it out?
McDonald is changing the ball on the right baseline.
Actually not true. He didn't. They have to challenge it. Say it. Put your finger up. Say it. You can't just stop playing.
And they do say that on the spin of the coin. They do say you have to verbalize the challenge. It is long. And he's conducting the crowd now too, Mackenzie.
He's got a lot of fans in here, that's for sure. And a lot of them close to him as well.
He's loving this big night out.
Thank you.
Does that break his concentration or does it help him?
Please.
We're going to find out.
I think, if anything, it might fire Dimitrov up just a little bit. I think somebody just broke his nose. That's what you've been saying, Chris. That's a good move from Dimitrov here. Hasn't had too many chances to come forwards because of McDonald's forehand really from the back, but second serve is just so unpredictable.
30-15.
But you nearly prefer the double fault going for it than the short kicker to the backhand.
Yeah. If you walked into a lamppost, you wouldn't keep doing it, would you? On serve, this final set. Dimitrov 4-3.
Dimitrov leads 4-3.
So just shy of 3 hours now. What next? Dimitrov has been unpredictable. Mackenzie not. Yes, he's faltered a few times. That's pretty normal. Dimitrov, what we've seen so far, a lot of the time has been far from normal.
Yeah, no idea. Really hard to predict here. Again, I think he needs to play the percentages, Dimitrov. If he could beat you with aces down the tee, Too good.
He hasn't made many of those, Dimitrov. That topspin backhand has just not been there tonight. But McDonald keeps asking the questions.
For somebody who has zero experience of this, boy, what a debut. He'd love the icing on the cake. But the mixture is exciting.
But we also have to remember that somebody like Grigor Dimitrov, he hasn't won too many matches on Rod Laver Arena. I bet you it's less than 3 in his career, because he wouldn't have played in here unless he would be up against Nadal or Federer, the big boys. Now he's in here for his right to be here, but lots of scar tissue there, because you remember those losses on the big courts.
Just under 5 hours the loss to Nadal on this very court, semi-final a year ago.
Game, McDonald.
Confident game. Lots of first serves. Lots of support. Sweaty palm time now.
4 games over.
It's all on his racket, relatively, isn't it?
Yeah, the question, I guess the decision he has to make is, come and beat me or take a few chances. I don't know what I would choose if I was Dimitrov. I mean, there's a point where he doesn't literally take one single risk. Play those points over and over. That's why he can do that. He's so athletic and he's got the shots. No way McDonald can stay with him if he does that.
And that's what he, by contrast, has to do. He has to put the match on his racket. We saw that in the first set.
30-15.
He's got the weapons to do it, and the speed.
Oh, he's so clean.
Been begging to be hit the entire match. He hit the same predictable serve, Dimitrov, and has paid the price again.
Not sure if he's trying to go body serve there, but then you have to go a little bit harder, I would think. So
30 all.
How big's this point?
Not sure where he's going with this Dimitrov, but suspect wide, wouldn't you?
Double bounce, crowd getting all excited.
That's really well played. It was risky to go to his forehand originally in that point, Dimitrov, but he kind of had to, huh?
He's a game away, Dimitrov. It almost feels like it'd be a big win for him. He's number 3 in the world.
Dimitrov leads.
The crowd are rising for the most crucial time in the match. Just over 3 hours. Many are standing already for the efforts of the wild card. New balls serving to stay in the match. 4-5 final set.
Oh, and he did not know that it was new balls. Another... I should be right there in your forefront, realizing. His arm looked heavy there.
15 love.
Your face again. The angst. The self-doubt. He needs the come-on speech to himself again.
He's forgotten about that completely. Yeah, just a little bit of spin on the forehand. Slice a few backhands, it seems. Keep the ball in play. Let McDonald work for it just a little bit. Exactly, needs to move around. Make it physical here. I don't think that man in the crowd can be his dad, because that means he didn't get any of those genes. Mackenzie.
He takes after his mum.
So calm.
How is that for a hook defense? He is so quick. The crowd are up again. Don't smile. Let them do that. There's work to be done. You're trying to beat the world number 3 on the Rod Laver Arena.
What a pickup, Matt. Unbelievable. We've seen it. He's got good hands. Hits the ball in the middle of the racket most of the time.
15 love.
Eighth of those. Ninth of those.
And they come at the wrong time often. And if they're not double faults, they're short in the box. Yeah, the second serve, big problem for Dimitrov. That's well played.
30-15.
They've both won the point pretty much every time they've used that play, haven't they? Into out to the backhand, follow it in. Doesn't need his seat anymore.
How many times has he used that play? It's brilliant.
12 from 44 behind the second serve, Dimitrov. It's tight. It's 6-5 Dimitrov, final set. Well, the advantage of serving first course is normally gold dust. No tie breaks, final set in Australia. Plenty have stayed. Nearly everybody. It's 11:30 at night. McDonald, 5-6, final set. He's got it for once.
Just a little bit shorter, not a good enough approach shot. Didn't get close enough either. Just got inside the service line there at McDonald's, not enough. But one of the better backhands he's hit here for a while, Dimitrov.
Let's for service. Let's for service.
Asking the question, isn't he?
He is asking a question, and again, you just wonder why this kind of tennis wouldn't be the first thing he would try against somebody who's a good ball striker, doesn't spin the ball that much, keep the ball low. Obviously, this is great for Dimitrov, playing the best tennis when he has to. He's left it a bit late for my liking.
I mean, they'll go for something like that.
15-13.
Who'd be a coach, eh?
That's well played from McDonald. But this kind of has to make that one.
40-13. Fault.
Didn't miss it by much.
The defense from Dimitrov.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Right shot.
Well, tough to hit when the ball is coming with backspin towards you because you got to turn the spin around, of course, but I think with his hands, why not? Even though this is the first drop shot he's hit all night.
What must be going on the inside? He still looks so calm on the outside.
Advantage,
I have a
McDonald.
feeling he's pretty calm on the inside. That's the advantage of not having played too many of these matches. Don't realize how much it hurts to lose them. Why would you not be calm?
It's 6-all. No tie break.
6 games open.
Gavrilova and Mertens probably wish there was one. Spare a thought for them.
Good serve.
30-11.
Didn't seem to be quite as wild, or the toss wasn't quite as high. It was far behind him. A little more compact.
It's in. Remains on serve, the final set. Again, Dimitrov nudges ahead, 7-6.
7 games to 6.
Another set, this is the best part of an hour. Pressure remains on the American, serving second to hang in the match. 6-7 final set. Goodness, how good was that?
Wow. Great volley as well.
He's been starting to do that more and more, Dimitrov, here towards the end. Way more slice backhands, a little more spin on the forehand.
Love 30 for the second service game in a row, McDonald.
And I think this is a big difference here between, let's say, Dimitrov, or just think about Nadal in this situation. Nadal figures out how he wins points, and he just do it over and over and over and over again, especially on big points. Dimitrov just seems to have figured it out now.
Well played.
Love 30 again here for Dimitrov. Now, this is the disadvantage with serving first, because you're so close to winning, and then you got to come out and hold serve again.
Chose to hit it, not steer it. Top of the net.
40-13.
That's an excellent stretch volley from McDonald. That's bad luck, really, from Dimitrov, but again, maybe one he sort of has to make. Good tennis now.
It was a great play again from McDonald, wasn't it? Coming into the backhand.
Yeah, chose to go sort of against the grain with that forehand volley, trying to fool Dimitrov.
Taken 3 hours and 25 minutes for the world number 3 to get a match point.
Please.
Relief. Disappointment. So close. Great effort from the wild card. Ranked 186 in the world. It's not to be tonight that he makes a big name for himself. He's one for the future. For right now, Dimitrov lives to fight another day.
Yeah, and I think fighting is what got him through, because he really fought hard, did not play well. At times he played all right. Towards the end, he actually played his best tennis, and should have most probably won it easier. But the fighting spirit was there, and that's a big difference from Dimitrov a few years back. He was consistent. He was consistent with the come-ons, and I bet you he'll have a good talking to by his coach in the locker room or back home at the hotel, because he was not happy at times.
There'll be some conversation. And for this man?
Oh, I mean, hopefully we see a lot more from him. He's kind of player that it suits him to play on this surface, but fun. Really fun to see him play. And another young American. Unfortunately, another American out of the tournament, but a great match for him.
Great experience. And a standing ovation. That will live long in the memory. He smiles as he leaves beaten, but he's won many hearts.
And I know you should sign autographs when you have lost, but I like that he doesn't, because it means something to him that he lost.
Brett Phillips, we understand, with the questions.
Well, Grigor, not every night at the office is meant to be easy. A young man who's on his biggest stage certainly threw down the challenge. You and 5-set tennis on this court, not unfamiliar. You played one of the best semi-finals ever in the history of this tournament. Can I get your immediate thoughts? Obviously, relief to get through, but what a match.
Yeah, this time I landed on the winning side comparing to the last year. So, well, what can I say? It's a tough day, obviously. It's, I mean, I just had to play with what I had today, and I mean, I'm the most happy with that. Winning on days when you're not supposed to, and I mean, he was playing unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I mean, he deserves a lot of credit tonight.
How much did you know about your opponent? It's tough to, research and scout all your opponents. No doubt your coach would have been doing a fair bit of that, but how much did you know about young Mackenzie?
Actually, quite a little bit. We used to practice together back in California, so I kind of knew, knew him a little bit, but he has improved so much, obviously, and he's on the right way. I mean, he played an unbelievable game. There's not much I can say. I just had to fight, and I think just the experience in the end really helped me. And you guys, don't forget that. Thanks for staying tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I think that's the most noticeable thing about your game in 2017. I was lucky enough to be in London to watch you win the World Tour Finals, and you had to come through some adversity in that tournament. You had to hang tough. Is that the biggest thing that's improved, that mental toughness? Because you've always had the game, the talent, and that window is certainly open right now for you.
Yeah, well, I like to say everybody can play tennis if you think about it. Everybody can beat anyone, and I think it all comes down to a few points here and there, and this is what happened today. So yeah, I mean, when you have that mental toughness, everything kind of gets a little bit easier. But it's not my first year on the tour, so I had the chance to build up, and I'm just really happy with the win, not because of the way I played, but the way I fought.
Well, I'm going to let you go because we're going to get another match on this court while people are still here. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Grigor Dimitrov through to the third round.
He's a gentleman, isn't he? He really is.
Open.
You can't help but love him. He's through. And after the break, Rob Curling and the team will dissect this match before we get to the last one. Mertens and Dasha Gavrilova. I'd love to ask everybody back in the London studio, contender or pretender is Grigor Dimitrov?